Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Awakening with the Girls. Hello, everybody. Shannon here.
Breezy here. What's up, High Vibe humans?
I'm feeling pretty great. And how about yourself?
Oh my goodness, Shannon. I'm feeling amazing. So excited to be here and to share what we have to share today.
Yeah, me too, because today is all about being present and being here with us right here, right now.
Oh, it's going to be all about the moment-to-moment sensations, our thoughts, our feelings, and how embracing the present moment is one way we can take back our power.
Yes, it's so important to be in the moment and to take that power back, because when we allow ourselves to really just keep worrying about the future or the past, we take away that opportunity to be in alignment and to accept joy right here and right now. And we give that power away to others around us or to the idea of worrying. Have you ever worried about something through a highlight of your life and looked back and wished you would have just been more present in that time?
Yeah, wished that we could have been more relaxed and just known that it would have all worked out. Because it did end up working out, and having worried about it that entire time didn't do me a lick of good.
It's true. I can think of even an example, when I was in college, I was always worrying about whether I was going to graduate or whether I was going to make it to the next class on time, or even if I was going to make it to work on time, which wasn't related to college at all. And it really took away the fun of learning and getting that education and being present in that moment. And I look back now and just wish I would have known then what I do now, and giving myself that time to really appreciate the chance to get that kind of knowledge. And that's just one example I can think of.
Yeah, one example I can think of is how doubt or fear can cause us to not enjoy the moment, in the sense that I just had a conversation with Jessie about this on the car ride home. Jessie's my partner, and we were talking about anxiety. And if we're not able to tune into the present moment and we allow fear and doubt to distract us, we're kind of giving the universe a signal that we're not ready, and if we do that, we might miss an opportunity to manifest something. So it's really important to tune into the present moment, acknowledge how you're feeling, and then also return to center and be able to trust the universe and know that everything will work out and everything will be okay in the end.
Mm-hmm. The universe puts us in situations so that we can learn from them and to be grateful for what we already have as well. That's a beautiful example. I know that there's been so many times my anxiety had kicked in the past, and it had kept me from just enjoying that moment and expressing myself or being part of the group, because I was worried about what somebody would say or think. And it kept me from laughing and participating when those were beautiful opportunities and memories I could have made.
Yeah, and speaking of beautiful opportunities and memories, I missed out on an opportunity to make someone my friend because I was too lost and swayed by my emotions that were happening to me. For example, I get really anxious, and sometimes I can get mean when I'm anxious. I want things to happen now, right now. And so I can get very fiery because I'm a fire sign. Mm-hmm. And that can rub people the wrong way. And so if I'm not tuned into the present moment and aware when my anxiety levels start to rise and aware when my fire is starting to flare, then I'm unable to help self-regulate. And I find that when I'm able to regulate, I make friends easier, and I'm able to keep those attachments, keep those connections.
It's so true that we can push our friends away if we're not able to be present with them too. It's so often that people they're focused on what to say next rather than what a person's saying too. And that brings a really one-sided conversation, and you're not allowing that connection to grow because you're not living in the moment in that discussion or that opportunity.
Right. It sounds like you're saying when we listen by living in the present moment with our friends, we're listening to our friends with the intention to understand them on a deeper level than we are listening to just respond to them to make ourselves feel like, all right, yeah, I said a good thing. Yeah. We're listening to them to understand.
Mm-hmm. Understanding's part of that too, and understanding why it's so important to be in the present moment. How do you feel when you're in the present moment?
Ooh, that's a great question. How I feel when I'm in the present moment is in flow. I feel clear-minded. I'm not even aware of having anxiety. I'm not even really aware of having fear, or I'm mostly aware of how beautiful the sun is, or my attention is focused on something that I'm grateful for. Whenever I'm feeling in the present moment, I'm really expressing gratitude for the sunshine, or that cute dog that I just drove past, or those moment-to-moment experiences. I'm really expressing gratitude, and that kind of fills me with joy from the inside out.
I love that. Inflow is the exact definition I was looking for, because that's what my explanation would be too. When you're in flow. An example for that for me is when I'm cooking. There's some days I'll be cooking and I'm frustrated. I'm thinking, oh, I don't have time to cook for myself and my partner, whoever right now. I've got all of this to do. And then everything starts going wrong. The dishcloths are falling on the floor and food is being spilled and stuff is just not cooking or it's burning because I'm not in flow. I'm too worried and anxious, worrying about other things I have to do. Or maybe I'm upset about something that happened that day, or I don't have anything I feel like I want to cook. But then there's those days I'm in flow and everything's perfect and it cooks to the perfect tenderness and everything just smells delicious and you have everything you need at your fingertips. And it just is perfect because you weren't worried about it and you were excited and you were in the moment and grateful for having that opportunity to feed yourself and be blessed with the ability to do so in a kitchen, because some people don't have that blessing.
Right? You know, you just described like this chaotic kitchen scene, and I can only imagine, Shannon, how do you bring yourself into the present moment during one of those chaotic situations?
There's many a times that there's just so much going on around me and I have to claim my power back. And I do so with breathing. The 10-minute countdown is one that I've known since I was a child. I can remember people being like, Shannon, just stop and count to 10. And it's lived with me my whole life because it's so true. It's so true. The other thing I try to do is just, like you said earlier, be grateful for what I have. So those days that everything's going wrong in my kitchen, I step back, I stop what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll even like turn everything off and just look around and breathe and just say to myself, I'm grateful I'm here. I'm grateful I do have food, and I'm not going to allow the past or the future to take away from me what I need now. And I try to meditate. Meditation has been something so key to me. I used to hate meditating. Meditation was like the most far thing from anything I would recommend to somebody because sitting still in my own thoughts sounded terrible.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because like when you have anxiety, you're just like, when do I have time to do that?
You already exist in your thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm. But that 30 seconds to 2 minutes can change your whole day. And the more frazzled you are, the more you have to do, the more important it is to give yourself that time to really, like, I call it a spiritual download. I give myself time to have a spiritual download to remind me what it is I need to be appreciating in that moment.
Oh, yes, so powerful. Just being able to tune in to that moment in 1 second. You know, how I go about it is similar in the sense that I do take a breath. I do take a breath in order to bring myself to center. That's what I call it. And then after I take a breath, I immediately go to the sensation of breathing as the air enters my nostrils and exits my nostrils. And I'm really trying to focus my mind and my mental space on the sensations in my body. So I begin to tune into allowing my shoulders to relax, allowing my abdomen to relax, really sinking into my chair. I go part by part through my body to feel the sensations and really connect and find my center. And through that one breath, I allow myself to retreat to my mental space. And by focusing on the sensations of the body, I block out my thoughts. So perhaps I'm allowing my shoulders to relax and I think, wow, I'm really stressed. And I begin to lose focus. And I'm like, nope, back to relaxing the shoulders. Mm-hmm. So I tend to do that. But Shannon, you were talking about a physical action that one can do. to bring themselves to center. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So one that I like to do, I usually do this with children, but it's actually a really good way to show any sort of visual learner, or if you just like to have proof. I like to do what's called an energy scan, and you allow yourself to feel the energy that surrounds you in that moment. It reminds you how alive you really are and how alive your energy body really is, and how important it is to clear your energy so you can be present. So the way I like to do this is you rub your hands together for about 60 seconds. And if you're listening, I hope you do it with me. And you just rub them. And then you pull them a few inches apart, just really slowly. And you feel that connection and the energy between them. And you can kind of start to play with that energy a little bit and move your hands back and forth. Sometimes I like to close my eyes and just really see the energy. It's almost like you can see these like rubber bands or these strings of energy just coming out of your fingers. And a lot of times you might see people kind of dance with their hands or like just wave their body around, and they're feeling that energy flow. They've raised their energy in that moment so that they can have that experience of being present and releasing any sort of discomfort. And using that energy practice, it helps you visualize yourself just and remind yourself that you are energy and that you're in control of it. That's also another way to clear your energy. And I like to kind of do that practice when I connect with people for Reiki for the first time. I'll have them kind of gear up their energy with their hands, and then we'll touch hands, and it lets me connect to their energy through source in a different way and move that energy around their body to help heal them in that moment.
That's so powerful. So all you high vibe humans out there listening now and in the future, you can use this technique too. You can use breathing in order to bring yourself to center or have like a spiritual moment, or you can use a body meditation, body scan to have that, or you can actually rub your hands together and do an energy scan.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you'll feel a tingling sensation, like when you bring your hands down, you kind of go, like you said earlier, with your mental scan, you bring your hands down kind of over your body, over your shoulders, and you scan down. You might feel a tingling sensation. And sometimes I'll actually even feel like a shock. Like, you know how when you touch something, it shocks you? I'll feel that shock because there's something in my energy field. I felt it in my solar plexus and my sacral chakras before too, when there's something going on with my family or my partner, because that's where my bonds are most connected. So you can kind of feel not only your energy, but those around you.
Wow. Talk about bringing yourself to the present moment. That energy awareness is a big part of that.
Mm-hmm. Giving yourself that time to feel it. And you can do that while you're meditating, or you can do that. That's something you can do quickly in the office too.
Totally. I've totally done it in the office. I currently work in one of those cubicle settings where everybody's super close to each other. And I've done yoga. I've had my crystals out on my desk. And I have definitely done a breathing exercise with my coworkers. And I've even pulled angel cards for them.
Ooh. You mentioned crystals and angel cards. Before we dive into angel cards, I would love to know what crystals you like to use for empowerment.
Oh, okay. So tiger's eye, I believe that like red tiger's eye specifically for me represents focus and drive. And it really helps me stay focused on what I want to do. And so that's one way that you can empower yourself, is by giving yourself a boost in your focus. Another one is obviously amethyst. And then I also really enjoy citrine. And those ones really bring me mental support, mostly because amethyst is really great for psychic energy. And then citrine is also for healing, right?
Mm-hmm. Amethyst is also really good for breaking addictions and bad habits. So if you have a bad habit of attaching to any sort of negative routine, or again, worrying and anxiety, that's where it comes into helping release that. So amethyst is a beautiful crystal for that. Or if you're someone who can't live in the present moment because you are stuck in the past, or you're attached to the rush that a certain substance gives you, that's a lot of people I know have a hard time being in the moment because they're awaiting that next drink or that next smoke or even that next run. There's that runner's high too, and they can't be present with themselves. Amethyst is a beautiful crystal that helps bring positive energy. And another really good stone that I love to use for this type of energy is obsidian. Obsidian is a black stone that soaks up any sort of negativity and any sort of blockages that are in your path.
Oh yeah, hitting them with obsidian.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Beautiful. I think another thing I use to be in the present moment is affirmations, and just reminding myself that I am allowed to be present, and that whatever needs to happen will happen in its own divine timing.
That is so true. Another thing is really tuning into what's distracting you, you know, from aligning with that divine timing.
Mm-hmm. Distractions, any sort of unnecessary noise or distractions. Mine would be Facebook.
Well, and speaking of that next fix, a lot of us have that next social media fix, right? We're always like, where's that next like? Where's that? Because it's a positive reinforcer. We get a rush of dopamine when we see that somebody has interacted with us in some way.
Mm-hmm. And for us as influencers, it's hard because that's where our business is, and we want to be able to give back to our community, and we want to be able to connect with everyone in real time. But it's important for us as well to protect our power. But that does not mean that to not comment. Wherever you are, please leave a comment. And when we are dedicating our time to be present with connecting, we want to hear from you.
Oh, totally. So I did pull some angel cards for us.
Yeah, I would love to hear about it.
So I was thinking, as I was drawing these cards, I was thinking, what do the angels have for these high vibe humans that want to learn more about the present moment, right? And so I'm pulling these cards, and one kind of feels hot, and it literally jumps out of the deck, and I have to catch it. And so it has a little bend in it now, but it's Archangel Raziel, and it's Take Your Power Back.
Oh,
can
my
you believe
goodness.
That? I know. So the angels are right here with us right now saying, tune into the present moment. Take your power back. This is immediate confirmation that you are right where you need to be right now. You are getting that spiritual download. So use your God-given power and intention to manifest these blessings in your life. And they're going to come. And we have to be in the present moment in order to notice when they're coming to us, and in order to be present and aware to receive them.
I love that. That's such a beautiful and perfect message, and to me, so synchronistic. Like the angels and the cards always for me just are a confirmation of what we need to hear. It's one thing for us as intuitive readers to be able to give a message, but when the cards just flat out show it's so divinely powerful.
Oh my gosh, it blows me away every time. Like, I'm so giddy right now. That's what our show's about. And it says, take your power back. I'm like over the moon. And the second card that I drew was angel therapy. So any worries or fears that you have about meditation or connecting to the present moment, or even about taking your power back, or if anything popped in your mind as we were talking about fear and worry today, give that to the angels, because they're ready to receive it and take it up to heaven to purify it. And no more worrying, because you are supported. So please open yourself up and allow the angels to just do the job, do the work. Allow your guides and your ancestors and your spirit animals to do the work with you as you journey on this physical plane.
I love that. I love that. And if you're feeling powerless, a good angel to call upon is Archangel Raziel and Archangel Michael, who we've talked about in previous episodes. Those are two amazing angels that you can work with in angel therapy. And we're both angel practitioners. So if you don't understand what it means to work with the angels, please reach out to one of us. We would love to connect with you and help you build that spiritual connection with the angels. Yes, we want to help you become stronger spiritually with your guides. And so we're here to guide you on your path. And because we've been there, we've had to do the work ourselves. So feel free to connect with us. I'm excited to hear what other people do to be present in the present moment and to be present in their power. I know we have some other power topics to discuss later this month, such as taking our story and using it to share our voice and to recognize the power of saying no, which are also both really important about when it comes to being present. So I'm looking forward to discussing all of that with the audience in the future. Do you have anything else you would like to share today about being present?
Yeah. It's about practicing. It takes practice to tune into the moment because each moment has weight, has a meaning, has an opportunity for us, right? Like this moment and this moment. Each one has an opportunity. And it's also important to create a space for you to practice being in the present moment. And that can even be a mental space. You know, it can be a time that you set out for yourself to practice being in the present moment. It could be a physical space. So for example, you can create a safe space at your office, or you can use your car as a safe space, or you can find a bathroom as your safe space in order to create a time for you to tune into the present moment and find your center or have a spiritual download.
Mm-hmm. The sacred space is very, very important. I personally created a meditation room, and it's definitely helped me be present because when everything is just kind of crumbling around me, that's the one room I know is pure safety. I don't do anything in there that would distract me, and it's just full of nice, beautiful, sacred objects, and it has been super healing to have that space.
So I want to hear what the high vibe humans use as their safe space or where they go to find solitude or to meditate. So leave your comments below and we will totally reach out to you because I want to hear from you, high vibe humans.
Yes. So wherever you are listening, share that you care, show that you care, and leave us a comment and be present here with us. And I thank you for being present here and giving us your time to listen to what we have to say. It's been a good time.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in today, and we hope to see you in the next podcast.
Yay! Well, until next time, I hope you stay awake and shine on always.
And stay healthy, stay light, and don't give up the fight. Breezy, out.